Hello and welcome to show number 127. That's
So
right.
many
We're
shows.
well over 2 years of this nonsense, and
Man,
it's still going strong.
crazy. Who'd have thought that let us
Still
stay on the
going.
air this long?
We are still going.
I know.
Strong, that is subjective. I don't know.
Mm,
Okay, I would like to start the show with a couple things that we do every week. Let's review the agenda. We will talk about recently published reviews. We will talk about upcoming reviews. We will intersperse shit shooting throughout the entire program. You will get your
Damn.
fill of shit shooting.
I never get my fill of shit shooting.
I never get my fill of drunken TJ.
He's not
hopefully
here
that
yet.
doesn't
I'm
happen.
working on it.
Ain't here yet.
I'm working on
I'm
it.
not setting expectations for you. You don't have to go there if you don't want
That's
to.
it. You said it. Now I've got to do it.
Whenever we don't have something else that needs to be on the screen, we're going to leave ATF up there as much as possible. If you have to remind me in the comments, feel free to do that. Whatever it takes, just to be sure that we share the love with the. See, you know what? I got to be careful. Let's dive into some ATF stuff right away, though. Do you fear for? So I know you keep up with the things happening in the Second Amendment community probably a little better than I do. I get spread out across all the different things that we do at Gear Report. I don't focus every day on just the firearms stuff. Boy, that is weak as hell. Man, this is what passes for a Marine these days. All right. What I meant to say is welcome to the program, Ghost Tactical. That's what I meant. Yes. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
The ghostess with the mostest.
We're going to put ATF Boo back up there.
There you go. And Jeff nuked himself. Crazy talk.
I keep forgetting that if I hide me, then it shuts my mic off too.
Yeah, you've done it to me, and I've been yapping away like, and I go, oh yeah, by the way, you're muted when you're off screen. I'm like, oh, awesome, thanks.
If I come down here and just do that, that just nuked the video, but I'm still talking, right?
I can still hear you. Yeah,
that's what I have to do. Yeah, moving forward, because I wanted to put the new helmet on, and I feel like it looks a little like the Star Trek fighter pilot helmets are a little bit too big. This one's a little too big.
I was thinking like a Juggernaut helmet.
This one. So I've been playing with helmets, and I got this black one a month or so ago, and it looks and feels like a real tactical helmet. They're both airsoft helmets. They're both sent for review by companies on Amazon, and this one feels like a toy. And for what the sizing is, it should fit me well, and it's like way too big. And I've got extra padding that I've put in it, and a couple strategic places. I took some of the extra pads out of the other kit for the other helmet, and to take up a little space. But it's tan, which matches my Humvee, so. Like whatever, it's all for show anyway, right? When I go to car shows or military vehicle events, I want to be able to have it sitting in the vehicle to look the part, and I figure I'll wear it just for what the hell.
There you go. I don't even have a helmet.
Need a review done. I'm looking for a new helmet. So, yeah. He typed that, I think, before I said they're airsoft helmets and they're completely fake. So this one, the other one actually looks and feels pretty real. This one, I mean, look how thin that is. It's super thin. Like I wouldn't
like a bicycle helmet stronger.
I wouldn't put this on a kid out riding their bike. I mean, it'd be better than nothing. It's got some real pads that are Velcroed in so you can adjust them. And I actually replaced them. This is a styrofoam with some rubber pad. And so the ones on the side, these are ones that came out of that other helmet.
It would be tactical riding down the street.
Squishy stuff is pretty squishy. So it probably would give a little bit of protection if you fell off a bike and smacked your head on the ground. Yeah. But I guarantee you it would split in half. Whereas this one has the weight and feel of a real helmet. And I think that it would it's got some of that foam around the front to absorb an impact, and a nice ratcheting thing at the back to tighten it.
I think you should run it over with the Humvee and see what happens.
Yeah, but I'm not committing. I don't want to do that. It's a prop, you know.
Right.
If I get too many of them, maybe I'll do that.
Definitely.
That could be neat, like a neat test to put them through.
Yeah.
Man, who can I convince to wear them while we do that? Because I mean, without a head in them, it wouldn't really be an accurate test.
I mean,
I'm not going to wear this the whole show, but I'm going to wear it for a little bit.
Give me a few, and I'll maybe.
Poor Judge.
Booze makes me do some things that I would question.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does for a lot of people. I should look this up. Maybe later we'll talk about this. It's a backpacking headlamp, an ultralight backpacking headlamp that is a copy of the what's it called? It's the NU25.
Is it a Chinese name?
Is it Nightcore? I think so. I don't know. Anyhow, this is a Chinese knockoff that is, 30-40% cheaper. Seems to be pretty much the exact same headlamp, only slightly lighter. I like the strap on this one better. So if things slow down later, I'm going to look that up and share the name and the link.
The enforcer's here.
All right. I have got to salute the use of the trademark on the yo-yo-yo. That is stepping up your game. Thank you, Gizzard Gary.
He trademarked it, so that means you have to give him money now for using it.
Oh, the hell I do.
He's like, watch this. I'll make Jeff pay me every time.
I'll see you in court, Gizzard Gary.
As he nukes us off the stream. Where'd TJ go? He's going.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Yep. So, all right.
So Rod or Shelly, whoever's typing that stuff in there. I don't know which one.
Do we look familiar? Have you been to the post office lately? See, people used to get that. But now, like most young people that I know have never actually been in a post office. They don't even know that the wanted posters are displayed in the post office. There's
a whole book of them down there.
That whole thing doesn't make any sense to them.
I know.
I got to keep moving so people can see my on-air light in the background. I'm so happy that works now.
I can see it now. I'm excited.
All right.
He's luckily he's wearing pants, everybody, because if not, that would have been the end of the show right there. I just wanted it. I had to keep. I was sitting in an uncomfortable angle to keep where you could see it, so I slid it over. So now I can just keep turning your camera to where you're like, okay, there we go.
You'll see it. Yeah. We learned before the show started that if I move the camera, then I bump the manual focus, and then it's all bets are off. We got to start over. Yeah.
He was a little fuzzy earlier, everybody.
We can work out a deal. That is mighty generous of you, Gizzard Gary. We used to go. Yeah. So, why is my nose itching? Oh no, I bet I know why. All right, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna talk about something here in a minute. Oh, stop itching.
You started back with the habit.
Like I can afford that.
Just like I would never pay for that. Come on.
Right. Now, if anyone out there would like a review done, no.
What we do.
Apparently, according to the home test kits that our senile uncle sent us, my better half, Mrs. Gear-Report, is down with the Rona.
Oh no.
Yeah, she wasn't feeling great yesterday and was throwing up this morning. And she, no, I had a little mucus. It got stuck in my throat. I'm not sick.
Rona or the flu?
And she got home and did a test. Well, as far as I know, the test can't really differentiate.
Yeah, because the flu is going around right now. Me and Crystal and everybody just got over the flu, and there's a bunch of kids out in school with the flu. So.
Yeah. So the teacher across the hall is out. I think it's the one across the hall. A classroom close to my wife's classroom that she interacts with a lot. is out with the Rona. And so then she wasn't feeling well. She got home, took the test. Like, oh no, I have the Rona. So of course, I am a hermit. I stay up here by myself all the time.
Right.
I get the Rona. It doesn't matter. Except like when you called me a couple days ago, and I was like, dude, my head is like exploding. So apparently she had brought it home, and I already had it. And like I'm probably on the tail end of the Rona now, because 2 days ago I could barely open my eyes. My head hurt so bad. I had like the migraine from hell. It was crazy. My energy was fine. I had a little bit of runny nose, but the migraine was debilitating. And that's what I've had with pretty much every time I've had the Rona. I get a migraine, and that's how I know. So for her, it matters because they won't let her go to school and teach
Right.
if she has the Rona. And then 2 of my 3 kids are lifeguards and swim coaches. So they're, oh man,
shutting down the whole community.
The pool is going to be hurting because 2 of the lifeguards, and actually, I don't know if either of them are still teaching swim lessons. There's potentially they're out for 3 things because they were teaching swim lessons, coaching the swim team, and lifeguards.
Yeah.
So that could be like a huge hole.
Some kids are going to learn to swim the hard way, like we did.
The YMCA workforce. Yeah. Stay in the shallow end.
Yep.
Dad
just push us in. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you over there.
Yep. So anyhow, that's what's going on here at Gear-Report headquarters.
Man, you guys are a mess.
What else is there to know about?
We should tent that house.
Man. So, and I was thinking that, he said it 3 times.
Yes.
I'm going to count.
It doesn't matter what you say. As long as you say it 3 times, like Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
So is Snobby Pants still down there, and is he still playing Florida Man, or is he back?
Yeah, I think they leave. I don't know. I assume they leave tomorrow. I didn't see him today, but hold on.
I thought about it today when I got the picture. I should have copied that over.
We had pizza. We had pizza the other night. It was delicious.
Maybe
I never had like Chicago style pizza.
Really?
Yeah, I always get. I'm a thin crust guy, so.
And you had it in Melbourne, Florida?
Yeah. It's a place off of Wickham, Jenna's Pizza. And that's
what I hear. The best place to get deep dish Chicago style pizza
is in Florida. Yeah.
Along
with the New York pizza, because everybody's from New York and Chicago's down here. I know.
Already missed TJ. He said, so I actually thought about this right before the show. I was like, I wonder if all those troublemakers are still down there. Because if so, wouldn't it be interesting if TJ logs in and he's like, hey, check it out. I'm with the party people. We're over at Live Free Armory. It's like, hey, missed opportunity, man.
I was expecting Snob to like just walk in the door like, hey, I want to be on the show. I'm like, perfect. There we go. Come on in.
Yeah. Again, missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Gizzard Gary. Everyone
they've got the itch now, the Florida itch, so they'll all be back.
It wasn't the best, but it was good. I don't know what to do in Florida aside from like crashing at your place. And I've thought about this. I'm like, at some point, I have to wean myself off of your cat's room because.
Dude, now you have the office. There's a whole room in here now. It's got a bed, computer.
Man, that's awesome.
Hardwired internet.
So do you have a sign on the door that says Jeff's room?
Not yet, but I can put one in.
Not yet.
I'll put it on there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make you. Actually, that would be kind of funny. Didn't drive, so I can't just crash your party because they don't have Uber or Lyft or anything like that in Florida.
No.
Doesn't exist.
Nope.
Or phones to call people and say, hey, come pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right over the bridge. He's just he's probably like 5-6 miles south of Frog Bones, right over the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what, 15 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's
well, can't knock him for that, can you?
No, I can't. I mean, hey, I know I knew there's a reason that we get along. to the extent that we do, we're
That's
not like
funny.
going out on dates or anything, but we are similar in that we are fiscally conservative.
They go out on dates to the Dollar Tree.
So you bash the Dollar Tree, your ass gets yanked right off the screen. That's how it works on this show. All right. Travis T, sup to you, Travis T. And I'm eating breakfast and daily bread outreach in the morning. Yeah, stay away from the bacon. It's a little shady. All right, I'll let you come back. Just
Thanks.
trying to be generous.
I'll never knock it again. Now I know.
I just attempted to save that picture from you guys down there in Melbourne a day or two ago, and I don't know, it didn't seem to work. How do I do that?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Phone devices,
Yeah, I have no idea.
Now I've got the Gear Report logo in the back of my phone.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I have done a couple cool things with the. Oh, I bet that's what I need to do with the laser engraver.
There you go.
Right,
I've got the Gear Report on the front.
Oh, look at that.
Along with Ghost, because I couldn't center it up nice. But whatever. Ghost is on the front too.
I don't see the picture. Dang it. All right, maybe I can share it the other way then.
There you go.
There. So Snobby and TJ and Sarge and the obnoxious one himself. They're in a parking lot. See, it's the thing. If I get closer to the screen, then it gets a little blurry. It goes out of focus. That's interesting. You can see the little at the other end. I don't know what that little sensor is that keeps blinking, but I hadn't seen that before. But the camera picks it up. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was good. I was miserable after that. And the worst part was that I ate it for lunch today too, and I wanted to take a nap.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, let's see what you make happen. All right. You got to dance for your dinner. Come on. No freebies here. All right.
Dang.
I know. Hey, it's tough at the top, but that's how things work.
Because I took my little leash off before I got on the podcast. So dance, monkey, dance.
Yep. See, now I've got to look on Vine for one of those organ grinder things with the crank. That's going to be awesome if I can find one. Great. All right, we're going to share.
What are we doing? What do you got going on?
We're going to share that screen over there, and we're going to start. We're going to
dive. We got some reviews or something.
I know this is what you've been waiting on.
That's why everybody's here.
Yeah, it's the first of 2 reviews.
I'm so excited.
That will be published for the Monoprice Idio Retro Classic Telecaster guitar. They don't actually call it a Telecaster. They call it a Tele. I think Telecaster is Fender. But it's the review. It's the review you've been waiting for. And I'll tell you why you've been waiting for it. Because this is the golden age of cheap guitars. And these 2 that you see right here, am I lying to you? Oh, I'm completely lying to you. Not those 2.
So this one.
The other ones that you'll see.
Not the ones you see now.
You may not see the other one down below. The red one is a Fender American standard Telecaster that I sold for like $1,100. After I got this light yellow one, it played good enough. I was like, I got $75 in this. I can sell the other one for $1,100. They almost the same after I adjusted them. So I was like, all right, you can cut that one loose. So I did the review on this first one. And I did make one modification to it that's mentioned in here, as well as a full setup, adjustments of everything. and it's got all the stats for anyone who might be interested. I do it like I do my gun reviews. I take pictures of every little piece and part, and as I talk about it, I put the picture in. So if you're interested in it, you can see exactly what everything looks like. And then, you know, some thoughts on what I did to it, what I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Another one that I also just sold not too long ago, week ago probably, the yellow one, the brighter yellow, awesome guitar, but it's a Les Paul type, and I probably had 6 of them, and I don't need 6 Les Pauls, so I cut that one loose. Anyhow, this is the first one that I was in for about $75 when all was said and done. So you can read about it there. Literally, if you know anyone who is looking to get started playing guitar,
there you go.
if they can handle some basic setup stuff, which are the adjustments that pretty much every guitar, it doesn't matter what you buy a really expensive one, you need to set up after it acclimates to your environment, because temperature and humidity change some things. So
great,
you get it set up and then, you know, to play pretty well. This is a pretty solid bet. I will follow up at some point with the next one that I got, which is also red. It's not that friendly back there, but it's also red, and it was $67 shipped, and it came with a padded guitar case, a padded gig bag, which is insane, absolutely insane. I've shipped some guitars lately, like that red Fender that's in here in that picture. I shipped it, and the shipping itself was probably about $65 or $67 just for the shipping.
I was going to guess right.
And that was the guitar shipped to me. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
They're just giving them away.
All right. Isn't this interesting?
I knew what was on the docket today because I was actually on the Gear Report website earlier.
Check that out.
G23.
All right, we got people showing up saying hi to each other.
Travis T's here. Everybody's here.
Hi.
Our chat is so polite to everybody.
An interesting development here. People seem to all be in all the same chat. So apparently people are doing drive-bys where they kind of pop in and say hi to get credit for being here.
We were over at Clover's earlier.
So what I'm going to ask of people, do the drive-by. I do drive-bys sometimes. You want to be polite. You want to support your friends. You go in, you say hi, let them know you were there. Stay for a few minutes. Otherwise, if you just pop in and leave, it sends the signal to YouTube that it was not the right program for you, and it knocks you down in the search algorithm.
This is the right program for everybody. They call it. Guitar and gun enthusiasts.
But the other thing, leave a comment. And this is for our show, for any show you go to. If you like it, you want to support the people, comment, give them a thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't think it matters if you give a thumbs up or thumbs down.
I don't know.
Seriously, I think that it just counts as interaction for the algorithm.
I'm gonna start thumbs down at everybody.
Sorry,
everybody. That's what you're getting. We're gonna see if it works.
Yeah, I'll hang for a while, but not into guitars. That's fine because we talk about all kind of stuff, and I don't want people to stay if you don't want to be here.
I'm with you, Travis. Right there with you.
The hell? That's the wrong program for everyone who is saying.
He's not lying
though. I love when Snob says something as if he's like, I'm going to die on this hill. This is important and it's meaningful and it's new news. And it's like, oh, but we already knew that, you know? All right, we're done.
He's not lying.
How about knives? How do people feel about knives? You don't like the, so you don't like guitar stuff. How do you feel about sharp, pointy things?
Ooh, I like that one. I
can tell you how Gizzard Gary feels about this one. Oh, guess what?
Is that 4.5?
Yeah, when Gary submitted this review, guess what
choking on my beer.
Gears rating was? Guess what the Gears rating was?
Was it 5?
It was 5. It happens almost every time. We have someone who posts, they submit their very first review, for a cool product that they like. First review on Gear Report. Not that Gizzard Gary hasn't done reviews before. Of course he has. He is an industry veteran. And we are honored that he has chosen to share some of his expertise with us here on Gear Report. But it's the same thing with 65% of the very first reviews that come in from people who are new to Gear Report. It's like, oh yeah, it's five gears. Like, no, it didn't. Glad you like it. No, it didn't. So anyhow, I agree. Gabby things are nice.
I haven't had one yet. I'm working on it, but that's the first thing I do, though. I've learned is to try to find something that I don't like, or it doesn't work, or it rubs me the wrong way, and I'm like, all right, now we're good. Then I just see how much it detracts from the 5 stars.
Yeah, so then you don't feel bad about not giving a perfect 5. And I'm not saying that there isn't the perfect product out there, and I'm going to feel bad if at some point Gary makes the argument.
I'm the perfect product.
I'm going to feel bad that if at some point he makes a solid argument and I'm like, oh crap, so that really probably should have been a 5. Maybe I just cheated the M. Custa Zanmei. I don't know what it is.
They should get half a point for the name.
Yeah, the unpronounceable
so
name.
There you go. I can't pronounce it. I don't know what the hell it is. Half a
Where
point.
is Ghost? Man, tell us how to pronounce this, dude.
Half a point from Gryffindor.
Yeah. So seriously though, y'all need to go check this out. Look at some of the pictures. Gary sent in some gorgeous pictures.
It's a sexy looking knife.
And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, I'm glad that I asked them to send it to Gary to review. But I mean, you know how it is. When you're the one who decides where things go. It's sometimes if it looks too good, it's like, oh, I should have kept that one for myself. And this one looks pretty awesome. So if you need a good kitchen knife, what do they call it? Like a boning knife or something? Who doesn't want anything that has boning in the name? How could you not like it? Now this, I'm thinking that's an outright lie. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe maybe the missus will show up and tell us what she thinks. I haven't seen Stacy in a bit. Maybe she'll pop in and say, "Oh no, it's true," or hi. I don't know. I don't feel qualified to comment on that, to be honest. But Gary, we like Gary. We trust Gary. He really, really likes this knife, and looking at the pictures, it looks awesome. So go read about it if you like. Go check out the brand. Is really cool. I've got one, not in these pockets, but that I carry often. I'll often carry knives that have the little belt clip on them, and the M. Custa knife that I have doesn't have that. And sometimes I want it clipped up at the top of my pocket. And I don't carry it if I'm going like out in the woods because I'm afraid I'll lose it, and it's too nice. Oh, things are getting interesting in the comments. Okay, no boning knives. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the comment. Here, look at this though. So now I'm going to do a video reviewing Gear Report on my channel. One
gear and no post pick.
I can't, I'm not about to tell someone what to do on their channel.
I only get a gear? Come on, snob.
I will say he's a one-man show. We have, 65 different author accounts? We could just mobilize the Gear Report army and all do reviews on the Gun Snob if we wanted. I don't know. I feel like awesome. that would be giving him too much.
It's hard to. He's got the post, the epic post,
the fence post. Yeah,
the fence post.
How do you compete with that?
I have the fence. I'm working on it. The fence isn't as majestic as the post. Oh, there it
is. That's just mean. One gear? Have you seen the quality of work that Gizzard Gary does on our channel? Seriously. Gary, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what you did to piss Snob off, but he's being kind of brutal this evening. I don't think you deserve that. Oh, Lorena Bobbitt. Okay, I got
That
you.
knife would probably work fantastic because it looked really sharp.
Man, yeah, I don't want to think about that. Yeah, I hear you, man. But it makes sense, when you reach the level where brands are flying you around to do, adventure trips with them. I think that you got to kind of expect that, time for mundane things like, spiteful videos really just aren't there anymore.
Spiteful.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. All of that coverage for Snob would actually probably help him more than hurt him. So we could do that. We could all just mobilize. We've got a pretty good group of people that all do content creation. We could just all do videos on each other for a bit and see what happens.
I got some footage of him playing the ukulele.
I do have that. So, I've already posted that. Actually, that is on the Gear Report YouTube channel as a short. If you want to go find that, it is TJ and Snob doing an ukulele concert in one of the portable Gear Report headquarters. I think that was at the first one, wasn't it? So that would have been the smaller tent. That is the Netflix tent. So it's a famous tent with some famous content creators playing.
It's famous now. Do they still have it, or did they just rent it again?
They rented it twice. And what's funny is it showed in the first episode 2 or 3 times for like a total of 15, 20 seconds.
Can we talk about it now? What show is it? Is it out already?
Echoes. It's on Netflix. The show is called Echoes.
I'm going to watch it just to see if I can see the tent.
If you log into Netflix and you look at, they have like the banner image for the show. Mm-hmm. Like before you click into the episodes, the image for the main show. Oh, look at that. The hair's standing up on my arm just thinking about it. My tent is in that image. Awesome. It's the military tent it's out in the dark in the yard with the lights on it. And, it's their little emergency operations center for something bad that happens early in that show.
Awesome. I'm going to have to go watch it just for the tent. I don't care about what else goes on. But
I will give some spoilers in that this show was an emotional roller coaster. Every episode, I was like,
don't hurt the tent.
Over and over. I was like,
don't hurt the tent. Like, oh my God.
They did that? Like, because I already knew the basic plot line. Like when we were there, there was no chill, G23. You're the one that brought chill up. Yeah. So, but Netflix.
You did say boning.
When we delivered the tent the first time, because they needed it twice. They needed it for initial filming, and then they called back and said, hey, we've had an issue. We have to reshoot that whole scene, so we need the tent again. So I had to take it back to them. And they paid twice, and I actually gave them a deal the second time, which my buddy Todd that does TV and film stuff was like, oh, man, you had an opportunity to really stick it to them and get more money. I don't have Netflix. We watched it on a friend's account that we don't have access to anymore. So I can't pull it up and look at it. But yeah, in the background, there are some lights, and those lights are actually either on or in the tent. I can't remember if it's like a spotlight shining on the tent.
I'm look at the famous tent. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Do you still have that tent? Or did you sell that?
I do. That's the one that I take to events.
Is that going to IV88?
That's it can't. So I've taken a bigger one to the last couple. I got to see if I want to take the smaller one or the bigger one. It's a medium sized one. What does that mean? Okay. On my phone, so it's tiny. Yeah, I can't help you with that. And of course, it is too tight for. He is too. I don't even know what that means. We use English on this program.
He's saying you're frugal.
Oh,
for
he's
Netflix.
of course he is 2. Okay. So it's two letter O's, TOO. Yeah. For Netflix. So, dude, I'm an editor. What? What are you pointing at?
My lights are changing.
Oh,
It's just lit up in here. I have a different light. I'm screwing around with the freaking different.
I hadn't got to that comment yet. Man, you're like the distractathon. But you're absolutely correct.
I'm just
on that.
drinking beer, trying to get to Drunken TJ, so everybody can have a good time.
So I have been told that I'm a little too hard on. See, that sounded bad already. That I am too harsh in interactions with the gun snob at times, but I try to be fair and honest. And he's right. I am too frugal to pay for Netflix. We have Amazon Prime for a variety of reasons, one of which is we get programs that way.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can get to the headset. You already talked about that.
I was just pointing to it.
Tight wad. Yep, that's exactly what I believe he was talking about. And he's not incorrect.
I mean, we pay for, dude, it's ridiculous. The time you add them all up, it's like,
yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's cheaper just to pay for cable. But Crystal watches a lot of TV, a lot of shows.
All right, so we're done with that knife. Let's go on.
What do we got? What's next?
I'm clicking. Oh, these.
There it is.
All right.
I was wondering about these.
No. I was afraid to look at all the pictures when AJ sent this over a set of single-use handcuffs. I was like,
I'd have been jumping right into the pictures. Like, well, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, but so the thing with the streaming and the cool helmets, I don't pay for the helmets. Brands send these to be reviewed. So if I had to pay for them, I wouldn't have them.
Yeah. He'd have the pink bicycle helmet.
But Travis, it's okay. We appreciate you being here. You will get to know me over time. I don't expect you to know all of my idiosyncrasies yet.
There's a lot. It's a lot.
But if you focus on this comment, that covers most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can hear about our adventures at SHOT Show and where we stay and all the good stuff. It's I love it.
Which relates back to.
Yep.
There we go. All right. I'm just going to keep this one on speed dial so I can pull it up.
I would just make it a banner.
Yeah. So I was afraid to look at the pictures. When I saw single-use handcuffs, I was like, would AJ, is he going to write this from the perspective of needing something, Yeah, I hear you. Is he writing this from the perspective of recreational use of handcuffs? Like I don't know what people do behind closed doors. I don't need to be involved in that, right? So
I would applaud his enthusiasm to putting in the extra effort for a review on that part of it.
Right, and I was kind of afraid what pictures are going to be in here, but I mean, you'll see he kind of takes the approach of he's putting them on his body armor so that if like someone breaks into the house and he has to go deal with them, he has some cuffs there so that he can do what he needs to get them under control so they don't wreak havoc and cause issues. So
after
part of the whole neutralize the bad guys thing and then make sure that you make it so they can't do bad things to you. So he's got a couple sets of single-use handcuffs available for that, and the stronger. I'm sure everyone has seen the videos of people using zip ties for handcuffs, and they kind of do like this and break them open. I don't think I don't think someone's gonna do that with these. These look a little too stout to do that. So you can read about them. These got a 4 out of 5 gears.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that. I forgot to add the little thing that tells us what the gear ratings are. The link. Oh, man, it's like the editor's sleeping at the wheel here.
I know. He gets one time he gets like nothing in his queue. Everything's published and goes hell in a handbasket after that.
Man, my mouse hand is giving me problems here.
It's like, what are those? Don't worry about that, Crystal. Why are there handcuffs in the nightstand drawer? Don't you worry about it. It's fine. We're going to review those later.
I'm not cuffing anyone. Put you in a bad situation potentially. Yeah, that's interesting. We should probably find someone who has some specific knowledge on what legal exposure you could be walking into if you do that. I'm thinking in terms of, if someone is actively trying to do harm and I can get them kind of incapacitated in a non-lethal way, which is like the way we want to incapacitate people, right? Like you can drop them and, if they're dead, they're not going to hurt you. But even in a justified shooting, everyone loses, right?
Yeah,
it's much better
if you will go to jail at least for a little bit of time, and
it's much better if you can eliminate a threat without actually doing any permanent damage to anything or anyone, right? So I would think if you can get someone under control and then like eliminate their ability to be a threat anymore, like by binding their hands or maybe hog tying them or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here. I'm not giving legal advice. I am thinking out loud.
Yeah. I was thinking I was thinking the total opposite end. I was thinking the pictures you didn't want on there. That's what I was going to test them out as.
For the everyone but the lawyers lose. That's like everything in our legal system lately, it seems like. 4 gears that I wanted stands out as a top option in the product class and price point. All right. So apparently, again, he didn't really say much about whether this was tested for recreational use or purely,
See, they'd have been totally recreational on my end. Like, they left a rash. They were hard to get off. So was I. It's rough.
Nobody likes it when they're hard to get off.
I know.
Yeah, that's like a lose for everyone. All right, as we transition, we're back to Boo because I think that's very appropriate.
You've been frozen for like 10 seconds now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. I can hear. Oh, there you go. Now you're back.
You always have to keep in mind if you have a good story to tell later, or I would add to that if there is a video opportunity that could go viral, because that's the world we live in these days.
Yep. Take one for the team.
Have you ever? Okay, we'll do a show of hands here. Well, on the program, you can leave a comment. Right. Have you ever, when you saw something and got your camera out and you're thinking, oh, this could go viral, have you ever said, world star hip hop? That's the question. Feel free to answer.
Never have I ever. No. I've seen things where I'm like, oh, get the camera. Let's start recording.
Yeah. So Gary, I appreciate you bringing to light the idea that we have additional channels here.
We do. It's crazy talk. We got Gear-Report's got like 10 channels.
Yeah. So let's see. Travis has not said.
I have not either.
Star hip hop.
No, I have not. I have not either.
I haven't.
I'm not going to say that it hasn't crossed my mind, but
yeah. But if we're talking about things that haven't crossed your mind, that really narrows it down.
Not when I record a video, I'm like this, like, that's going to be awesome. Oh, it didn't go the way I wanted to. All right, delete it.
Yeah. So at Gear Report, and you can look in the description of this video, and you will see links to Gear Report Firearms, Camping Gear Report, Guitar Gear Report, and then the regular Gear Report, the home channel. Oh, look at that.
The mother
Gary
channel.
On the ball.
Dude.
Even posted as a bit.ly link.
He's earning his paycheck
on the screen. Yeah, that's right. Hadn't banned anyone though. All I'm saying, listen, I don't even want to call out G23 here, but just saying, no. It would be kind of neat to see a flex because Gary has yet to ban anyone since we gave him the power.
Where's Crystal at? She hasn't checked in yet, has she?
Right. I don't know that G23's earned it yet, but at some point, someone's going to have to be banned.
Somebody's going to have to go.
A sacrifice is called for at some point.
The Gear Report gods demand it.
I like how you hit the desk and it shook the camera.
I know.
Like there was extra. Yeah. Wiser words have never been spoken. Yeah. All right. Speaking of wise words.
Wise words. What else we got?
Let's click on this.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Here. Upcoming reviews.
Ooh.
But we don't see it because the chat window is in front of it. Bring the chat back up. G23 just needs a timeout every week. But, that's part of his charm, right? Not ban worthy yet. Okay. We're going to move to upcoming reviews and talk about. I've actually started writing the review for the Maxim Defense PDF in 300 Blackout.
I cannot wait.
And I feel bad about this one because
I love all that is Maxim.
Firearm. I've had the firearm. I feel you, Gary. I don't want to infringe on your integrity suggesting that you ban someone before they've earned it. And I do trust that when they earn it, the ban hammer's coming down. All right. We all know it's going to happen.
The big chicken
wing. It's a matter of time. It's when. It's not if. It's when.
Somebody will get it.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
So the Maxim PDX and 300 Blackout, I was told, hey, we're shipping it to you. We want you to review the can that goes with it and our ammo. And and that can still hadn't shown up. I'm not sure what the issue is, but I got tired of waiting. I keep telling them, like, this thing is burning a hole in my pocket. I need to get the review published. I don't like stuff sitting around.
It could burn a hole in my pocket. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, you got jokes.
Yeah, I got jokes. So I'm here for. I'm comic relief.
Yeah. So I've actually started writing that one. I've given up on the can. Like, if a can ever shows up, then I really didn't want to have to.
Well, it's their can anyways, right? So you can do a separate review on the can if you want.
Well, I think that's the thing is they have a can that they didn't co-design, but they got it from another company. And it was like a stopgap until theirs was ready. So I think they were saying, oh, yeah, we'll send you that one. But then whenever it came time to pull the trigger, they're like, but we kind of want to wait and send ours. And I don't know. I don't know when or if, but at some point it'll show up. So it'll probably be right after I publish, then they'll send the other one. And then I'll have to go back to the range again, which is a pain in the butt. But you know what? I'll do it. So that one's in the works. When that one's done, I'm going to start banging them out one after the other. Because who doesn't like banging them out, man?
Every day.
Yep. All right. So all right. Confession time. I don't watch other people's videos hardly at all. So
I saw it.
Please,
I watched it. I gave you a thumbs up.
Never be offended if I don't watch other people's stuff. I actually try not to watch other gun review stuff because I don't want it to influence the reviews that I do. I do sometimes. Honestly, I've been making some time, and we're going to talk about this at some point in the program, all the nonsense that's going on with pistol braces and this idea that there's going to be an amnesty period where you have to declare any braced ARs or similar, braceable pistols will have to be declared as NFA items, I guess, as SBRs, right?
Yeah.
All that.
But you don't have to pay the $200 tax stamp. Ooh, but they have all your info, and you have to ask for permission to take it places, and
you
can never sell it. It's whatever.
Yep. So then once they get them all signed up and they say, well, we don't like any of those and you have to destroy them all.
Now we know where they're at and who has them.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. It's if so, what I'd like to say about that is if you are not in the habit of calling your congressmen and senators and all of the people in your chain of representation, not emailing them, not sending them form letters, not clicking through on the NRA site and submitting a form letter to 12 people at the same time, do that. But then follow up with a call where you politely but firmly and very directly and intelligently tell them why it is an absolutely terrible thing that is in. I love that people are talking about the worst case scenario and not talking about the lawsuit that's already in the courts, because I'll tell you why. Because when we went through a similar situation and there were people saying, why are you panicking? Why? All right, I've had enough of this, by the way. Why are you panicking?
I can't see you taking the helmet off, but I know you're taking the helmet off.
What did I robot? Did I freeze up
yeah.
again? Jeez. Yeah. So we got a new cable modem like 2 weeks ago, and I hadn't been able to broadcast where the crap's at. I'm gonna have to get Spectrum.
There you go. Oh, you look so much better now.
Oh, that's gonna take hours of my life to deal with. So to answer the question, that it wasn't really a question, but really what was broached here. I feel like all I should have to say is bump stocks, and that should shut the hell up the people who are saying things like this from G23. Because how many people were like, who cares? They're stupid. I don't want them anyway. You're idiots if you have bump stocks. Well, it was about the precedent of taking administrative action that makes legally purchased items illegal and demands forfeiture without compensation, without them even actually being illegal. Just administratively declared no longer legal isn't the same as actually being made illegal. So that precedent was set, and there are lawsuits going through the courts on that now. After it was done. So even if this is all fixed, if they roll it out, if they have a deadline, if they force people to jump through these hoops, now they have all the information. Even if a lawsuit comes through and says, well, none of that matters, they're already registered as SBRs. And the idea, I feel you. Not real activists really do have a site, so I'm told. So the court case will be heard before December. Question, G23, do you have faith that the courts will make the correct decision on this? Okay, there's the question. And I will share my answer. Y'all know what my answer is, probably. I will share the answer after you answer the question. Anyone else can answer as well. But I'm gonna spoiler alert. Okay. You're a fool if you have any faith in the courts or politicians or anyone doing the right thing on pretty much anything. Now, that's where our country is right now. If you actually believe that the courts are going to do the right thing, then rewind back to bump stocks. How'd that play out? Right thing hadn't been done yet. And all of those
still in the courts
to be destroyed. Right. Even if it is eventually sorted, it's going to be too late. I not guarantee that.
That'll drag on. So we got elections in November.
That's what happened with bump stocks. Is people they didn't care, or it'll get thrown out. And how long are we since everyone had to destroy their bump stocks, and it still hadn't been settled yet? And I get the EPA thing. And that's huge. It really is, declaring that agencies don't have the ability to create new law in their administrative functions. But this assumes that the ATF and the current administration are going to respect that. And I think what is more likely is
yours,
that,
burn.
yeah, I think what's more likely is because we have an election coming and they want to make a point with their base, they know that it will eventually be stricken down, but they're going to move forward anyway. And part of the reason is that will give them justification to hire a metric shit ton, several metric shit tons of additional agents in order to process all of this. And then even if it gets struck down, well, hey, now the ATF has got a massive infusion of cash and they're going to be able to carry out everything else. Even if this is stricken down, those people are already hired. That money's been spent.
Yeah.
They're going to be
I heard they pushed it back because, well, first of all, because of the elections, but then second of all, they were trying to update they're assuming that everybody's going to just fill out their Form 1 and they're going to be inundated and just crash the freaking site. That's what they're assuming. Everybody's going to do that. I'm like, apparently you don't know us very well, but
yeah, like New York thought they were going to have everyone register ARs a few years ago, and those 12 people that did are feeling pretty silly.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
but well, they were probably paid to.
Yeah.
But the government. Yeah, so that's why I heard why they pushed it back. So I was like, well, we'll see. Hopefully something will come up with elections and we'll go from there. See what happens.
Yeah, I hear you on the bump stock law. The force reset triggers, man. That's another one that I've said it over and over. I want nothing to do with any kind of armed conflict at all. Everyone loses. No matter what, everyone loses.
Oh yeah.
But I swear I see the stuff that this administration is doing, that the ATF is doing, and I'm like, do you have a manual on how to start a civil war? And you're like, flipping through the pages, checking off. Okay, do this. Okay, now do this.
Section A. Awesome. All right, this is next.
It's like they want to, and I think it's because they believe that people won't actually do it.
I think they're trying to force us to where we're going to do something, and then they're going to say, see those extremists? We have to quell them, and then we're all screwed, and we just have to sit there and
we're screwed. Except, so I'll tell you how this is going to play out. If that's what they're doing, is they may get away with that a couple times, but eventually a scenario is going to happen where everyone looks at it and goes, whoa, wait a second. This wasn't like the other one where you can paint them as extremists.
Right.
This was like clearly on the government. That's going to go up in their face, and then shit's on.
Yeah.
And that is my prediction. If the left keeps pushing their agenda and they keep setting people up so that they can, like they did with the insurgency.
They're just trying to force us to, or just keep pushing till we do something. And then they're going to have the authority, like, oh no, sorry, we got to go after all these extremists.
Yeah.
And that's, so we just keep doing what we're doing, keep calling your representatives and emailing them and drive to the office like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Hanging out. Can we have a chat?
I'm going to recommend that you not drive visibly strapped in a threatening manner, wearing body armor. Because
I can't wear my Aloha plate carrier.
I could actually make an argument for why it would make sense to do that. And it should be completely legal to do that. But I think that they would just, start shooting people. They want to be the only ones that have the guns. If you bring guns, then they get nervous. It's okay that their guards have them and that they have them.
Right.
But if us commoners have them, then that is wholly unacceptable.
Down here, I think we're okay. There's a few anti-gun people we have that are, unfortunately, they're Tampa, Orlando, Tallahassee, the bigger cities. And they're the ones that keep, the idiot over in Tampa keeps introducing all that idiotic stuff back in the day. And I was like, why can't you get rid of him? But then I look, you actually go over there and it's all like like super old people and they're all tourists, and you're like, okay, never mind. It's not really Florida over here.
Yeah. I'm also skeptical about people joining together to stop government overreach. And I also think it won't happen. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is there is a point that in any society, there is a point that
Even
enough people will push back.
Oh yeah.
And enough people will come together. It doesn't have to be everyone.
You push people far enough.
And you know, people like to pull out the whole 3% thing. I don't know if that's the right number. I got no idea what the right number is. What I'm saying is that in any society or group of people, you can only push that group so far, so many times before people will start standing up and saying, you got to stop. And at some point, if things continue, then enough people will have to band together to do something about it. And again, everyone loses when it gets to the point that has to happen. Everyone loses, in my opinion. Let's see. Also, let's see. Definitely didn't say don't call or email. Definitely do it. Just pay attention. Also, pay attention to what's going on in the courts. Yeah, but pay attention to what's happening in the courts, but pay attention to what has already happened in the courts as well. Because seriously, dude, if you really, if you have faith that because something is happening in the courts already, that means we're safe, then you haven't been paying attention.
We're never safe.
I'll reference you back to the bump stocks.
Yeah, everybody's just got to keep the pressure on. I mean, we got elections coming up. You know, we just had local elections. We had school board, county commissioners. Go and those are the people you start. You start off with those small people. Make sure they're 2A friendly and they're for 2A and no infringements and everything. And start there and then go up and go up and go up and and until that happens, we're going to keep getting these people, these rhinos in. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'm for the 2A.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, I'm not. Yes.
Yeah. Where are you guys located? We are in the US of A, baby. Although it kind of feels like communist Russia.
Well, you guys did for a while up there during the lockdowns.
No joke.
I'm in one of the free states.
Never been safe and won't be safe, but we can still make progress for safe. I don't think safe is black and white. Safe is, it's a continuum, and you can, and it's about risk mitigation and what kind of risk you're willing to take, and that's a generic statement, not as it relates to firearms or laws or anything. Just the definition of safe. Completely 100% safe, what might be your, padded room analogy. And I think that's going a little too far. Like, not many people would actually enjoy living if they were completely safe, but safe from the government, hell no. The way they're growing, we'll never be safe from our government unless it shrinks to. Have you ever thought about, like, what is the appropriate size of our government? Like, I don't know how many federal employees there are, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I would bet that if I looked at the number of federal employees versus how many I think we should have, we probably have...
Not even close.
We probably have 10,000 federal employees for every one that I think we should have. I think that our federal government is so outrageously exploded in size and headcount and the percentage of the GDP that it consumes, that we should literally not just cut it in half or in a third, cut it to a very, very small fraction 5%. Of what it is. Yeah.
Yep. I am right. I'm in Satellite Beach. So I go to Frog Bones all the time. one of my favorite places.
We could. Oh, so all right, peoples. I'm going to talk about something else here. I'm going to tie it into what you just said.
Sweet.
Oh, where is it?
You see now, Jeff. You don't have how many times you get open today?
Not many, because I've really been trying to get away with using these mini PCs that they have low memory and weaker processors. So I have to really be careful with
this one. I tell you what, this little feller here that I'm running, dude, it's awesome. I hardwired it up now.
Yep.
I could have like 10 tabs open and be like, still runs great.
Yeah. So if you
we're back to the cuffs again.
Well, no, that just happens to be the main hero image on the rotator at the top. Right. So that'll change, to something else, and because we're all fancy like here at Gear Report. We got, I think, 5 different articles that rotate up there. The 5 most recent. Cool. If you scroll down just a little bit on the right side, you will find this little blank that says, "What shall we call you?" And that is the sign-up form for the Gear Report newsletter. It is supposed to be a monthly newsletter. Sometimes it's more frequently. Often it's less frequently. But I need to. I've been thinking for the last week or two.
You can just say yearly newsletter. It's fine.
I try to get it out the first week of every month. And I actually opened it and was.
I read it.
I had the email program open a couple days ago, and then that migraine hit me, and I was like, I can't do anything. I went laid in my bed and watched TV for a couple hours because I couldn't think, but I couldn't sleep because my head hurt too bad.
That sucks.
So anyhow,
not yet.
I feel like I'm looking forward
to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to go watch it back on the replay and see if there was anything embarrassing that popped up.
There wasn't. I'd let you know.
Anyhow, we've got the blank. You put your name and your email address, and then you'll get that. So what I need to do real soon, since we're splitting things out, so we have Camping Gear Report and Gear Report Firearms and Guitar Gear Report, and I need to make mailing lists. So if you want to see Humvee stuff, if you want to see gun stuff, you can be on different mailing list.
There you go. Just one more thing for you to figure out, right?
Apparently, I was safe here.
Yeah, you're okay. I had to let you know.
Man, I was a little worried. But anyhow,
you're clicking over there, TJ. I'm just screen capturing stuff. It's fine, Jeff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's the sign up if anyone wants to partake in the newsletter, and it will. It'll have, so as we do new things, as we split off new channels or new kind of subsections of the site, that'll all be showing there. And that's how your newsletter is, through that little form. Or sometimes if you're new to Gear-Report.com, the website, a pop-up will come up. And I'll have to look at the rules. I think it's something like if you've been on a page for 30 seconds and scrolled a certain amount, like you're reading an article, then it will throw the little pop-up that says,
"You like
hey,
cool stuff?"
Do you like cool stuff? Yeah.
Yep, I see it all the time.
Well, if you click it to go away, it's supposed to not show again for like at least 6 months or a year or something. But I don't know. Maybe if you just click the X for it to go away, I think you have to I don't know. You have to decline it or something, and that's not supposed to pop up anymore.
I just hit the X. Like, get out of my face.
Yeah. So that's there if anyone has any interest in that. And obviously all of our articles, and then like ink shows up on the page, and then we have the sub topical category areas to see other stuff. All right. Let me get rid of that because we don't need that anymore. And
there we go.
All of my images, that folder's open. We don't need to see all my images. No one wants
That
to
was
see
almost what Travis was talking about. See, it was close.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if people want to see the upside down impedance readings for the different pickups on a what is
Yeah,
that? That's a Fender
total
American.
gobbledygook. What you're talking about? No idea. Sounds
Oh,
guitar-y.
so I'll tell you what's neat about this guitar though. This is a new one that I got a couple days ago. Um, it's got one of the coolest feature names ever, right?
This is why I drink, everybody. Just so you know.
Yeah. So it's an American, a USA made Fender Stratocaster. But check it out. This doesn't have a whammy bar, right? A wang bar.
We can't see anything right now.
You can't see it.
It's frozen up with you out of screen.
Oh, is it back yet?
Oh, no, not yet. I'll let you know.
Some bitch.
I see the on air sign. Oh, there you are. Now you're back.
All right, you see it?
The white guitar, yes, I like that
this
one.
metal piece here.
Yep.
So it's called a hardtail because that doesn't move. Normally, it would have a little bar in it so you can back and forth.
I prefer a soft tail.
Well, yeah. We could debate that all night, but anyhow, this is one of the latest. We saw last week. I showed you the Gibson Gold Series that I got, which is one of the most expensive guitars I've ever had. This is a fairly rare one, and they didn't make many with that hardtail. So,
good evening, Mr. Sanders.
Just keeping everyone up to date. Keeping everyone up.
All kinds of people. You get all kinds of people coming in the chat, Jeff. Look at that.
I know it. Yeah. So let me catch up here. All right, we're gonna come back to this.
Guitar stuff.
We may come back to this. What happened to Pickle? Only thing guitars are good for is shooting. That was mean.
That was hurtful.
It was.
But you careful. You really want to get blocked today, huh?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Good evening, Gearheads. Well, good evening to you. All right. Easy tail. Who doesn't like that, right? Hard tail. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see why.
I prefer a soft tail. Easy tail is just as good.
Tail. Yeah. So let's come back to Mr. Sanders real quick here. He stopped sending me videos when I had one or two, or I think it was just one or two that showed up in the inbox, and I was busy and I downloaded them and somehow never got around to posting them. And I think I know where they are on the other computer. I got to go find them.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
But he correctly assessed, oh, well, they're not getting posted. Why would I keep sending them? So I posted one a week or two ago. So another one showed up in the inbox today, and I was able to download it. But I haven't. I was actually editing another video. So if you go look, I've actually been posting different videos, different places, and playing a lot with shorts. I've got a whole bunch of guitar ones going up on the Guitar Gear Report as shorts, and I need to get some more on Camping Gear Report up, and bunch of Humvee stuff, little Humvee videos that are going up on the main Gear Report channel. So anyhow, there will be a new video for Mr. Sanders going up on Gear Report here in the next few days, probably.
Nice. He's famous.
It is in the editing queue, and I got to tell you, I'm jealous because Jason clearly loves his job because he flies for a living and has purchased a small airplane. And whenever he's not out flying for work, he's flying a small airplane. And that makes me jealous because I've got a lot of hours in the Cessna 172 like he bought. And the pictures I've seen of his plane, it's the nicest 172 I've seen. So that's pretty awesome. And those are neat planes. They're very...
almost makes me want to sell the Humvee.
They're durable. They're reasonable enough performance. There's enough space where you can throw some a few people in them and a little bit of gear. I mean, you can do so many things with the 172. They're really neat airplanes. But I'm most jealous that at anyone who likes their career enough that they do what they do for work in their off time as well. I'm like, man, that's awesome. You know, going to work must be pretty cool if you want to do the same thing you do at work when you're not at work.
If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
Anyhow, congrats. Yeah. Coincidentally, if you're a millennial or one of the younger generation that's just hitting the workforce,
that don't work.
It's true if you don't like your job too. It's like just in general.
They just don't work. It's fine.
Yeah.
I still can't figure it out. I'm still in awe of how many people are hiring. Everywhere I go, hiring. But nobody's working. Everybody's. Where are they getting the money from? Where are they getting the money from?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
no auto mechanic will agree. You know, I think it depends on how you work. So I got a friend, the Humvee Whisperer, speaking of Humvees, James that does the work on my Humvee. He works on cars for other people, and then in his off time he works on his own. So he that's what he does. But I think he was losing his patience for that when he was working at car dealers in the service department, and he got sick of that, and he's gone out on his own. So now he does military vehicle work, and I think that's about all he does anymore. Like he didn't work in the dealership and on whatever people bring in. He picks and chooses what he wants to work on. So I think that's important as well. Is that it's not just what you do, it's the environment you do it in.
Yeah, that's true.
Resignation. That, I somehow got on this notification list for some Reddit groups, and one of them it's called Anti-Work. And
really,
I see the stuff.
I would dive into that. Be like, hey, what's going on? How can I get a check?
People? You know, some of the stuff it makes sense, but you know, I worked for a lot of big companies where I didn't feel like what I did was valuable, and you know, made a shit ton of money, but hated what I was doing and didn't feel like it mattered if I went to work. So so that's
I like what I do. I like doing construction.
Yep.
I like doing Gear Report reviews. It's awesome.
Gary works tech support for a living. Not interested in doing that in my off time, right? Yeah, I hear you.
I don't want to call tech support, but I have to sometimes.
Yeah. It's fun to work on cars when it's not a necessity. Yeah. And I think that people who work on them, the environment that you choose to work in can make a difference. You know, being at the right shop, the right management who brings in the right kind of customers makes the job less of a chore.
I mean, it's like anything else.
Problem solving, enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, I get people calling me up for help all the time on stuff, and I don't mind. You know, it's part of, you know, a lot of people I deal with, they want to learn anyways, and my friends and stuff. Like, hey, how do you do this? Watch this. Boom. And they're like, oh, that was easy. I'm like, told you it's easy.
Yeah. You get a lot of friends only when their car's broken. I hear you. Guns and guitars, 2 ways to say strapped. I suppose so. We're not going to talk about the third way because we don't have an OnlyFans channel, so we're not even going down that kind of stuff.
I thought it was on the list.
Oh, man.
What was that big box that got shipped to the house the other day?
All right. So I've been working on the list here. So
here's a list.
We got Radical Firearms Tour. I got to finish that up. The Philmont gear. I got to finish that up. Jason's USB video.
I'll put in some articles probably this next week, and you'll have a couple of those to do.
Fans, there, it's on the list.
All right,
Mark.
Woo! OnlyFans. There we go.
I'll be honest with you. I am not optimistic that's going to go anywhere. It may just it's a dry erase board. It may just get wiped right off. I don't know. But hey, I'm not a dictator. Oh, who am I kidding? I am a dictator.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Good thing if I was taking a sip of beer, it would have been all over the camera.
Listen, I want everyone on the team to at least have the illusion of having input and control.
We know
or
better.
whatever.
We know better. Well,
Yeah.
some of us know better.
Yeah. Right.
Some people have they're like, oh, it's awesome. He lets us do what we want. Like, no, he doesn't. You just think this is what you want to do.
Within certain boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've told you, how many times have I told you, let me know when you want to start doing some guitar content. You can do whatever you want.
It's all. I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
I'm working up to it. I figure a few more guns.
Excuse me. Ukulele content.
I got 3 pistol reviews I'm working on. So, we got that. I got that 8.6 blackout I'm working on building.
Right.
And then after that, maybe some guitar stuff.
Dude, so speaking of 8.6, I am supposed to be finding a brace for you. I have found a pistol brace, so I can at least do something for you.
Awesome.
But
was it the one we were thinking or no?
No. Somewhere around here, I know where the guns are, all right? But the boxes that the Maxim Defense pistols came in, I have no clue where they went. I know where they were, but they're not there. And I said before, when I cleared everything out back here to make the video studio one corner, and then I moved the desk out to give me some distance from the background, I've taken probably square footage, probably a third of the office. I had like a sixth of the office dedicated to the video before, to the video studio, and now I've doubled that, maybe more. I probably more than doubled. I probably had like
you had all the floor guns. You had all the floor guns at one time. The floor thermal. I mean, you had all kinds of stuff on the floors, and now you put it away.
No, I've just moved it so it's not back here. And in the process of moving all that stuff, I don't know where I put the Maxim Defense boxes. And I've looked in the secure gun room. I've looked in my little storage closets. I went and looked in the garage. Like, did I put them up on a shelf in the garage? I looked in my own personal closet in my bedroom. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that brace, that the extra brace that they sent that I could provide for that build, I'm pretty sure it's in one of probably in the MD9, in the 9mm pistol box. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Can't find it for the life of me. I'll look again. Maybe I'll look again tomorrow. I tried when I looked, in my defense, I looked when I was in like Migraine City.
Oh yeah, no.
The next day, I don't know about you guys, when I get a really, really bad migraine, the next day I feel like, you know how you're still kind of drunk the next day after you got really hammered? That's how I feel after a migraine. If I feel like I'm still half drunk, like my mind.
I feel like that every day. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't get migraines though, so I can't relate. I'll get like a headache.
I wish I didn't get migraines.
So, yeah, but I get like super high fevers. It's like when I had the Rona back in the day. I was like 104. Everyone's like, I was like, nah, I'm fine. I'll sleep it off. It'll be all right. And I slept it off.
I don't think I'm pretty sure that's what hit me a couple days ago, was that that it must have been the Rona.
Yeah.
Which means I probably technically still have it, but whatever. Yeah. I feel fine.
Like I said, I think it's flu or, I mean, there's the two things. It's the same, pretty much the same thing anymore. Flu or the Rona. I know the flu is going around out here, so.
And man, and even if I had it, never had a migraine. Hey, I am thrilled for every one of you that's never had a migraine. I hope you never have a migraine. It's not an experience.
We hope so
wish.
too.
Well, it's not an experience I would wish on most people. I'm not gonna. No, I wouldn't wish it. I certainly wouldn't wish it on anyone that's here. But there are a few people I think in the world that I would.
Yeah, there you go, G.
I haven't been craving bananas or picking bugs off of myself or others.
All right.
So I don't think it's monkeypox. So anyhow, I've got the Maximum Defense reviews that I am starting to work on.
Nice.
Honestly, I didn't get much done this week because I had the migraine day and then the feeling drunk day, which I literally haven't had a bit to drink. And this is typical for me. If I'm not physically in the same room with TJ, I'm probably not drinking.
No.
Like I'll go months and months.
But when I'm around.
And then like 2 minutes after walking in TJ's house, I'm like, the conversation, doesn't matter what we're talking about, it just kind of physically moves over to where the drinks are.
Our bar cart, yeah.
You watch. Next time, I'm just not going to drink anything. And you'll be like, get him to the hospital. What's wrong with him? Yeah. Or I will. Who knows?
You will.
Anyhow, what was I going to talk about here? Oh,
I don't know.
I know what I was going to talk about. And I'm actually going to load a video on the other screen and preview it. I haven't watched it yet since I shot this video, and decide if I'm even willing to share this with people.
All right. We're waiting. We're all waiting patiently. Me and my color changing headphones.
Oh, I'm going to share it. It's ridiculous. It's
awesome.
Really
share
ridiculous.
It.
But I'm going to share it because my son called me. He was about to leave work. He's a swim coach, and he was leaving swimming to come home. It takes him 12, 15 minutes to get home. And he said, hey, you want to get Bob out when I get home? So there's Bob. Bob is the body opponent bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably not going to show well. I was wailing on Bob, though. Kicking, punching.
I saw that. Look at that.
Bob took a beating. The camera angle wasn't quite right. But anyhow.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I was wailing on him. So as part of that adventure, my son got the hitting Bob gloves, the padded gloves out. Oh, here, do you need these? Because I was wailing on him. He said, here, do you need these? No, I'm good. Very next round of wailing on Bob, and my hand starts swelling up and getting, big red spots on it. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I bruised my hand pretty bad. And I hadn't done much kicking in a while.
You're all gummed up, aren't you?
And one of my left hip was giving me a little bit of problem. Check the
falling apart, dude.
That's where my remote ended up. Yeah, dude, I do that kind of thing too.
Falling apart.
These boxes are a little big for the refrigerator, but I mean, what I tell my kids all the time when they're looking for stuff, like, okay, you've looked all the places that make sense. So here's what you need to know. Check those places and look more closely, because either they're there where they should be and you missed them, which is half the time, 2/3 of the time for me, or if it's not where it should be, then it's somewhere it shouldn't be. So think about other places
check the bathroom
that you shouldn't have put it, and check there. But the thing is, the boxes you can't see because I'm off screen. They're big enough, like they're limited places they could be. So I can't remember where I would have put them.
I don't know.
It's driving me nuts. But I know I didn't get rid of them. I know I didn't get rid of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. But anyhow, but I'm feeling good enough that I spent an hour in the garage, with Randall and I trading off on wailing on Bob.
Nice.
And clearly, I haven't had anything to get my aggression out lately. Because when I started wailing on him, I was wailing like it was vicious. So, trunk of the Hummer, I guarantee it's not there because I don't have a Hummer and there's no trunk. So can't be there. Look in the sock drawer. Yeah. Yeah. The sock drawer itself is smaller than one of the boxes, and there are 2 boxes. So I don't know. When I find them, I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch, why didn't I think of that? But I feel like they've got to be in the garage, and I just missed where I actually
probably you're probably in your dazed and confused phase.
Just had an idea where I may have put them too. Like tossed them way up on a top shelf back, and they would have gone like behind where the tents are. So I'll have to get the ladder out and check. Oh, I was gonna say when Mrs. Gear Report goes to work tomorrow, I'll pull the ladder out because her car's in the way, but she's not going to work because she's got the Rona. Yeah. All right, we're pushing an hour and a half. I'm going to make a last call. So in the comments, we have had, thank you, everyone. We've had a very active comment section.
It's awesome.
We really appreciate that. We appreciate all the thumbs up, all the clicking the notification button, ringing the bell. What is it? What's the guy saying?
Ding.
One of the guys, I find this one incessantly annoying. There's a guy that I sometimes watch his videos on making YouTube videos, getting him to rank better and that kind of thing, because sometimes he has good information, but I find his presentation method a little bit annoying, and he won't say, click the like button, give me a like, or what are the other ones people say about
like, subscribe, leave a comment.
Right.
Join our Patreon.
What do they say? Oh yeah, we got a Patreon too if you're into that.
We do have a Patreon.
But smash the like button. That's the other one. I'm like, really, people? Come on. He says boop the like button. And I'm like, boop? Really? That you've been doing this for years. The best you could come up with is boop. The like button. Yeah. I really don't like that. But anyhow. I don't remember why I started saying that.
I don't know.
Tequila.
We never say that rarely on the like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, join Patreon. We never say that.
I feel like I should do it more. I feel like I think so. More, but I also kind of feel like, okay, when do most people do it?
I don't want to pressure
as soon as the stream starts, hey, welcome to Gear Report. This week at Gear Report. Please give us a like and a subscribe. And ring the bell.
Click, and then they're out.
We haven't done anything yet. Like at the end of the show, we should probably partway through the show. Hey, if you're getting value, you want to support us, this would be nice. It'd be helpful. But I kind of feel like if people
they know what to do. People know what to do. That's my theory.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, oh, what's this new YouTube thing? Who are these guys on the TV?
Right.
What do we do? How do we get to see them all the time?
Yeah. So I made last call. That means we're starting to wind down. So if you have anything else you want to talk about, let us know. Anything else in upcoming reviews you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got the DVG1, the DB9.
Yeah.
The Meprolite stuff. I got all 3 of those are coming out. And then I got the Cedar Mill firearms case, the case and the inserts. They'll all be coming your way soon, Jeff.
Good. I was making such good progress, and then the Rona stuff hit me, and I got like
6 of them that are getting ready. They're like that close. I just got a little bit more.
Yeah, the thing definitely. Yep. So we got those things to look forward to.
Yeah.
And there are other people who have things. Bob should have the shotgun done. I've
been waiting for that one. I've been waiting patiently for that one.
Ordnance. God, that thing is so badass.
Because they every once in a while I get the notifications like that. Hey, you buy one, you get one free, and I'm like,
that sale is insane.
But I'm waiting on the I'm waiting on the review for the one to see if that's the one I want.
I don't need another one. Right. I don't need another one of the same thing. and I don't really need the second shotgun that would come with it either. I've got enough shotguns. I'm happy. But it's such a deal that I am so tempted. It's like, how do I not get them? It's like it's like the company that makes those the guitar I was talking about early in the program, where the first one it was 75 and the second one I got on sale $67. They keep every couple weeks they have a deal like that where I'm looking at it like I don't even need this. Like the red one, this one I already had the yellow one, and then they had this one for $67, and I was like, I don't need it. I've already got one, but I ordered it. And you know what? It's awesome.
We don't know what because we couldn't see a thing you just did.
It's awesome. Really. I'm telling you, my internet, it was getting a little shaky. And then they sent me a brand new cable modem. And once I put that in, my ability to stream has gone to shit. I'll watch it back.
You just got back right now.
I'll watch it back the day after, and I'm like, I'm roboting for 2/3 of the show, 3/4 of the show.
At least I'm letting you know.
And you know what's going to happen. You can't call Spectrum. You can't call the cable company and have a resolution in less than many hours of time consumed. And they're probably the solution is going to be someone has to come to my house and put hands on items.
Hardwire
some stuff up. I will revert to smoke signals before I have a bunch of people going through my house. Like, as a gear reviewer, I have too many knives and firearms and other things in the house that I don't want strangers to know where they are and how they're stored and that kind of thing. I mean, the really good stuff stays in the safe at Quarter Horse Arms, but
all the fun stuff.
Yeah. But there's still, you never know what's going to be in different places in anyone's house in the firearms community. And I just don't need people I don't know coming in. So,
I feel you.
Yeah. When I needed some maintenance done, well, I still need a bunch of maintenance done. But I'm looking at a spot on my ceiling that needs some work. And I talked to a friend that does the same thing you do, TJ. And, not a full-blown general contractor, build your house, but all kind of maintenance stuff. It's like, okay, I'll have Jimmy come over. And I was like, dude, I don't want to put you in a bind here.
I don't know Jimmy.
You can come in my house. But that's it. He's like, all right, I'll be there at 11. But I'm real picky about who comes in my house. Anyhow, Spectrum is awful. Yep. But with a quality router, it works. And that's the thing. Brand new router they sent me, and it's gotten really bad since then. So
I think it's because you're all the way up on the 3rd floor.
Shouldn't matter.
I don't know.
I'm
only 25 feet from mine, and I can't, without hardwired, I'd be roboting like crazy. So no, I did the makeshift. I've got a clip, and when I'm done the podcast, I'll roll the wire up and throw it back under the modem or the router.
We're late enough in the program that I'm going to do an experiment, and if everything falls apart, So this is this.
I'll just do that ahead of time.
The routers are garbage. Got to get your own. So that's the thing is I had my own router. I had a surfboard of some, 5-6-year-old vintage or something, and it was working like a champ. And what they sent me, I don't remember what make and model it was, but it's been very much worse since they switched me onto theirs. Okay. All right. But what I'm going to do, I'm hardwired, and I don't think this could make any difference, but I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi on this little computer and see if switching from the hardwired.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you later.
The way this works, a mesh network. That sounds awesome. Although I had, what was it? The commercials. I was like mentally traumatized by all the commercials for, if you had hernia mesh surgery, then call our helpline at whatever it is. And, you don't have to suffer alone. We're here to help you. And I was like, so now mesh has kind of got that connotation.
I've got AT&T and we run fiber optics. So
yeah, I don't think it was a Linksys they sent. I don't remember for certain. But regardless, it ain't working as well as the one before it did. All right, so I turned Wi-Fi on. All right, here's where it gets risky. Let me make sure that it is actually connected and working. It says it's on. Show available networks.
Bye, everybody. See you later.
I know. Make sure connect automatically. Oh, it looks like it didn't actually. It's a good thing I didn't shut it off. Checking network requirements. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to bet that, man, we got all the tech people out here today. I'm going to predict. All right, it says connected and secured. So what I'm going to do.
I have no idea what's going on because I'm not a techie.
I'm rolling the dice here.
Do it, Jeff.
Hold on. I got to get the thing open here. I got to go back to Ethernet. And that's the hardwired connection. That's not it. Do I go this way? All right. There it is. Wi-Fi is on. I am going to, how do I turn Ethernet off? Son of a bitch. It doesn't just have a simple turn off.
No, you got to click on it. And
I'm unplugging that bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you later. Watch.
Here it goes.
What's up, buddy?
All right. Am I roboting?
No.
All right. Maybe that's all I needed to do was switch to the wireless. It should be faster. I'm on a gigabit hardwired router, but maybe switching to
no, yeah, I mean, you roboted just a second for a second there when you took. I know. So.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you out, man.
All right. I'm going to interpret this for you, TJ. Gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Total gobbledygook.
Yep.
No idea. I call AT&T up if I have issues. Like, hey, I can't run 4 Xboxes on this. I need to be able to run 4 Xboxes, and they're like, okay, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay, man. He's gaming right now on his computer.
Show off.
I know.
That little flexing bastard.
Yep.
Bye. Yeah, I hear you. I thought I was going to be gone. But tell me,
so too.
Tell me if it
you're not roboting as much though.
It seems like before, every time I got up and moved, it would like the screen.
Oh, there you go. You just froze for a second.
Motion.
Yeah,
then,
you just froze for a second. That was it. But not as bad as you were before, because you'd be gone for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, we could still hear you, but
yeah.
Which is good. We know what you're doing back there. I was like, oh, there's all kinds of sounds. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, you never know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's rolling the dice all the time. We've been in shit shooting. I really want to put it back on ATF Boo because they deserve it. So the question I'm going to pose to the audience we have left, anyone, and if you're watching in replay, God bless you. But if you're there, what I'd really like to know from everyone is what channels are you watching? What people would you suggest? I would like to reach out to some kind of legal expert type people in the 2A community and invite them onto the program, either for, hey, why don't you join us? You can pop in for 10 minutes, give us like the weekly update, or, just come on and talk about their channel and their, what they do, whatever they want, so post who we should reach out to. And, I'll reach out to some legal types and see what we can
Yeah,
what we
that would
can
help.
make happen.
There's a lot to it. I watched a couple of them. I watched the Washington Law guy.
Yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
informative.
Yeah, I like the way he
Yeah,
presents
Washington
stuff.
gun laws. Yeah, he's very informative. Like, this is what you need to do. This is what's going to
Yep.
happen. If this happens, then this is what's going to happen. You're like, okay.
Yeah. So I'll reach out to a couple. I've seen was it Armed Attorneys, I think I was watching.
Yeah.
That's the guy and the woman. And I'll tell you, I was watching one of them and she kind of pissed me off because and I think she did it strategically. Like, they took different positions on an issue, and it was dealing with the force reset triggers. And she didn't think that it was she didn't think it was going to be a bigger thing, like, she really thought it was specific to what it was, and it wasn't part of a larger strategy or something. It wasn't going to have additional repercussions. And it's like, what, are you crazy? But I don't remember. I'm misquoting her on that.
Yeah.
Isn't this interesting? C4 Defense for legal stuff. Now, my understanding is he's in law enforcement, but I'm looking for more interpretation of some of the legal things that are coming out of
attorney talk stuff.
Attorney talk. Yep. And I need to find my notepad. Here's the problem with one of the things.
Reno's good. He does a lot of California stuff, though. He's in a totally different world. Poor guy.
So we talked to a couple people at SHOT Show. We talked to, was it Guns and Gadgets, that guy?
Yeah.
At the Circle Bar. We saw him, and was it Armed Scholar?
He's good. He gets like 2 or 3 videos a day on what's going on about that stuff. So
which one? The Guns and Gadgets?
Guns and Gadgets, yeah, he does it.
And then the other guy with the glasses that looks like a 22-year-old baby, but he wears glasses. That dude, I like him. I'm not trying to beat him up.
Right, I know.
I know who's who. He looks very youthful.
Yeah.
Seems like a really good guy. Although watching his videos, I get frustrated because he talks fast enough that he doesn't enunciate well, and sometimes the words run together. Oh man. I see. May have a friend, Reno May. So this will give me some directions to look, to talk to some people. Crumpy, definitely. And I actually started to go down this road earlier, and I was going to ask, is
Paul,
anyone else worried for John Crump, specifically for his dog and his family? Because I am. Literally, he is doing so well with his investigative journalism.
He is. Everybody, like, he is a lot of the sources that people get. They're like, oh, John Crump. Right. I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Crumpy's knocking it out of the park. But I feel for him because so many people, it's an issue that is too politicized, and too many politicians have staked, like, their ability to keep their jobs has a lot to do with how they do on the 2A stuff or on their anti-2A stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the more success he has, the more inevitable it is that someone's going to come after him. He has got a target on him, I guarantee, and it's going to get bigger the more effective he is, and he's knocking stuff out of the park. So I'm literally worried for Crumpy that something bad's going to happen. And it will not be an accident, and it will be, politically driven. I really feel like that risk level is very high for him. Maybe not as high as if the Clintons were still the ones directing things on the DNC side of the house. But I do worry, like, to that extent, that he's digging up things. He's developed sources for things that can change the entire landscape of this whole topical area. And there are too many people that have too much power invested in this discussion. So I do worry for him. I kind of wonder.
It's like everybody. If Crumpy's your source, just keep him on the down low. Like,
we should probably
have a reliable source.
We should probably like build out the framework of a GoFundMe just to have it ready in case.
No. That. I don't know about that much, but
yeah, I like him. I just hope that I'm wrong, that he's being effective enough that he's going to get on the wrong people's radar and they will try to ruin his life. Because he doesn't deserve that. He's doing good work. All right. We are at,
dude, 150.
Almost. We're bumping up against 2 hours. I really don't want to hit the 2 hour mark. So I would like to thank everyone for being here. TJ, thank you for spicing up the program.
That's what I do.
It is exponentially better when you're here.
Not quite drunken TJ yet, though. I feel like I let everybody down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they'll get over it.
Well, we didn't have kickball, so I didn't get the pre program.
Yeah. I would like to reinforce a couple things before we go. Down here, where is it?
Right there.
ATF boo. I mean that deeply, because they're getting out of hand. It's like they're trying things. It's like, really learn to read. Like, the laws aren't that, they're not written in a way that's that confusing. They're literally grasping for interpretations that are so politically driven. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's like, come on, you're better than this. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But I would like to challenge them to be better, because they're embarrassing themselves, and it's pathetic.
I'm not gonna, if they keep it up, I'm not gonna make them patches for SHOT Show.
Well, and I know that you make an effort to be nice to them, or Ghost, I think, as well.
Kind of nice. It's kind of nice. The patches are a little spicy, but
I don't understand.
Oh, there she is. Now you can ask her the question. I am sad. Yeah, Crystal wouldn't even come out to see Snob either.
Wow.
So, I know.
So the question that TJ was referring to, what was it? Was it about
Snobs?
Had something to do with like sexiness.
His naked pictures are of 5 stars.
Right. So we say that we've never given a 5 gear. We rate in gears, not stars. So 5 stars would be 5 gears. We've never given a perfect 5 gears, because nothing is perfect. And the Gun Snob is on record as saying,
it's in the chat,
that his pictures would be his naked pictures would be a perfect 5
gears.
And
we're looking straight at the source.
Now we're all looking straight at the source here. And I was like, if Stacy were here, maybe we could get the real answer.
She answered. There it is.
All right, we'll work our way up through here.
Keep I think that's coming down.
Crystal. All right. G23 coming in with only a -5. Mystic with a -10, which begs the question. I'm not even going to ask. You know what? We have
how did you know
here on the show?
How did you know?
But thank you for your contribution, Mystic Guns. We do appreciate that. We're in the process of shutting things down here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Thank you, everyone, for people. I would know. Oh my goodness.
I feel for you.
I have a rule.
I don't know what to say.
On screen. All right. That was close. All right. No, we're going to shut it down so we don't have to experience that. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It was a great interaction with everyone this evening. We'll be back again, same time, same myriad of channels, and at Thursday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, baby.
Yeah.
That's when we'll be here again. We will see you then. Until then, we'll see you at the range.